Well, we're back. It's been a day. It's very nice out, temperature wise, but God, the wind has been relentless today. And I work outside, and I tell you, it wears on a guy. And I lost my glasses today, so I didn't have my clear ones. I had to wear sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses all day. Then I got to go to the eyeglasses store and go through that pleasantry of, anyways, we're just going to leave that one alone. So let me show you what I got going on here. So I've kind of switched gears here from working on the body to over on the driver's side fender. And remember, I told you there'd be a little bit of jumping around here. Part of that is out of necessity, and the other part is because of my ADHD. I can't stay working on one thing at a time. I'm not truly happy unless I got like 46 things going all at once. Anyways, um, so the driver's fender, front fender was pretty bad, and we're gonna try to repair it because finding rust-free ones in my area, while not impossible, it's not really straightforward. And then if you do find original ones that are in good rust-free condition, they're pretty penny. And I've never tried the aftermarket ones, but I've heard they're not the best. So I figure I'll throw a little bit of money at this and a little bit of time, effort, and energy, and we'll try to save it. Worst case scenario, we can't save it, and I've got to continue to look for some aftermarket ones or some repops. But yeah, so here we are. So I kind of got into this, and I didn't really film it from the get go on what all I've done up until this point, because sometimes you get working on something and you just you get the earbuds in and you get the tunes playing and you just get to work, and that's kind of where I was last night. One thing one thing led to another, because I started looking at it, and then I started sanding on it, and then I started cutting on it, and then pretty soon I got it all tore apart. So be that as it may, I'm going to kind of walk you through what exactly has transpired here. So we had quite a bit of rot down in the lower portion of it, and this little piece here, and this little piece up here. Otherwise, the panel is pristine. If you just don't see, if I continue to stand here and move my, see, it's pristine. So, digging through the scrap pile that I do have, I actually found, oh geez, actually found a lower driver's side fender that we had for my son's truck that we wound up didn't using, because he had a little tiny rust hole right here that, like what we did over on the driver's quarter, we just fixed it. We repaired it with a piece of sheet metal. That way we didn't have to use this whole thing. So, boons to me, right? Then I was able to find another little portion of bent fender replacement from another project, and I've got another piece that'll go right here that I haven't cut out yet because it was late last night and I got tired, and last night was a school night, so I couldn't stay up real late working on it. All right, so as you can see, I've already cut out this lower portion, and what did I do with it? Oh, it's over here. So this is what I cut out, and it's all banged up because it doesn't come off real easy, but it was there, and you can see the rot that was in there. And at first I thought, well, I'll just maybe try to piecemeal this stuff in, and then like I said, I found this replacement, so I was like, well, let's this will be a good time to utilize that. And that basically will get fitted in there like that. We'll tack it in and go from there. Then, like I was saying before, I also found this little piece, which we can piece in there. With all that being said, you can see this had a lot of rust on it. And this too was all rusted. Now, I don't typically like doing it this way because I've had really mixed results, but I did because sometimes I can't fit this whole panel in the sandblaster. Now, to my knowledge, they do not make a replacement pieces for this inner part of the fender. So you're kind of stuck with it. So what I did was I used this. This is Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver. And you just spray it on there, and I spread it out with a paintbrush. And I'm not sure what it is. It might just be, I'm sure it's some type of phosphoric acid or something like that. But it basically takes and it eats all that rust away, and it turns it black, which is oxidization. It oxidizes it. And that is supposed to stop the rust. So I'm going to clean this off. It recommends you leave it on for just a couple of hours. I've left it on overnight and all day. It's only going to eat away what it eats away at. So I'm going to clean it off, and yeah, we'll paint it with probably some of that rust encapsulator. Okay, well I cleaned everything off, and once again I'm going to use that Eastwood Platinum Rust Encapsulator. It's what I have left. This can has been completely destroyed because this stuff, I tell you, it bonds so well. It's hard to get the lid back off the can after it really cures up. But so I went ahead and I got both those sides painted and treated. I don't have super, super high hopes that this is going to permanently stop the rust. Okay, I just want to clarify that. This, at best, is going to slow it down. And there's a very good chance that if we have any longevity with this vehicle, and especially if it gets involved with any salt or snow, we're going to be replacing this fender someday. But it'll probably get us through for a couple, 3-4 years. And at the end of the day, I can be happy with that. Late in the evening yesterday, I got a little visit from the FedEx ferry, and they brought my LMC truck delivery, which huge shout out to them because I ordered that stuff Sunday late evening or late afternoon, early evening, and it was delivered to our house yesterday, which would have been Tuesday evening. So that's pretty good. You know, an LMC truck, if you've never dealt with them, they're a company I've used quite a bit in past projects, and they're a distributor for other manufacturers, truck parts. Yeah. So, and their prices are pretty competitive. They really are. The only thing I don't like about it is that they add shipping in on top of it. Me personally, I would rather they just incorporate the price of shipping into the products they sell. And, they should be able to break that down pretty easy that, if I order this part, it's an extra $2 to ship it. So instead of being $27, it needs to be $29. And because I don't like putting my entire order together and then finding out I got another $50 on top of it for shipping. I just think it's kind of I don't know. I think it's kind of misleading. Is it that big of a deal? No. Anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Anyways, what did we get from LMC? Well, I got my lower quarter for back behind the rear wheel well. I got my wheel arch. And I got my inner wheel well, all for the driver's side here. Now, if everything goes just right, I won't have to buy any more components. Okay, well, I had to go get my new glasses. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my old ones just, I don't know. I don't know if it worked. They accidentally fell off my head into the dumpster or what the deal is. But anyways, I can't find them, so I had to get a new pair. And went to Vision for Less, and they say 1 hour. 1 hour is a lie. It might take them 1 hour to actually put the pre-manufactured lenses into the pre-manufactured frames, but it takes way more than an hour to get a pair of glasses. They had to call the insurance and verify. Okay, well, now that I've shown off my fancy new glasses, which are almost identical to my fancy old glasses that I've broke, scratched, and lost, they almost made it a year, which is pretty good for a guy like me. I'm gonna cut into the side of this now that we've got our parts and pieces, and see what kind of fun adventures we have in store for us in there. So right now, I'm going to start with the lines I have laid out on here, and which are way, way smaller than the actual patch panel we have, which is good because in general, I don't think you should be cutting out more than you have to. But we're going to start there, and we're going to see where we need to go. So let me get this cut out. You guys have seen me cut out lots of things with the angle grinder, so I'm not even going to record it. Fair? Okay, well, as you can see, I got this cut out, and I'm in the process. I cut as much of the inner wheel well out as I can, and right now I'm just kind of trying to get the rest of bust the spot welds out, and I'm just using a regular chisel and a hammer, and just beating them until they pretty much come out. Some of them come out nice, the rest of them don't. Alrighty, well, you can kind of see that I got this all cleaned up here. I got the old inner fender out, and I've run the wire brush over everything to get it as cleaned up as it's going to get. Again, once we got rid of the real chunky rust, it's not in bad shape. I mean, there should be holes in all this. This pinch weld should be completely gone. Again, it's not that bad. It's bad. It's just not that bad. So I'm going to show you the inner fender that I took out. So you can see here, this is the inner fender. And I've got it sitting on top of the new, get that out of the way so you can see it. The new inner fender, so you can see just how much of it had rotted away. Well, I think that's about all I'm going to get done tonight. It's about 8 o'clock. It's a school night, and I had a pretty busy day, pretty exhausting, pretty tiring day. So the key to this stuff is that you keep trucking forward. You might not get a whole bunch done, but as long as you're pushing the ball a little bit further towards the goal line, eventually you're going to get there. Um, the beautiful thing about this for me is that this is just a hobby. This is a passion. This is not something that I have to have done.